where I've been. Now I'm over on the west side of the fire, and they're not going to let anybody up Malibu Road for sure.
Hans, most of these homes along that stretch, aren't they cantilevered? Aren't they sitting on big telephone poles, if you will, stuck in the sand?
They're not so much cantilevered as they're up on piers or pilings, and some of them are very old on wood pilings. Some of them have been rebuilt now and are on cement and steel.
Mm-hmm. And are these are basically residences. These are not summer houses. These are to show you of the structure before it had burned. This comes to us from CaliforniaCoastline.org, their website. And here you can see the arrow is circling that structure that has burned. And so they noticed this and apparently called the station or emailed us and showed us this photograph.
Yeah, it's illustrative, too, of what the councilman talked about, the separation between these homes. Not very much, as you see.
Yes, that's correct. We don't see any movement on PCH. It's only emergency vehicles that are allowed in and out of this area. And that's all we're seeing. You can see Malibu, I believe that's Malibu Canyon Road, if I'm not mistaken. And that is the road that all the emergency vehicles are on right now, completely saturated with emergency vehicles from the fire department.
It's interesting to note that people come from all over the world to try to get a glimpse of some of what they can here with the helicopters.
Kevin, how careful do they have to be not to get those huge water droppings on homes that are nearby? Because that could damage homes as well, correct?
Yeah, they're fairly, these helicopter guys are really good at making pinpoint drops as best they can here. The wind is still blowing, so you're going to see these guys making drops here across the road. They're not going to go left to right across your screen and hit any of those homes that are on the left. And I'm lined with Jennifer Campbell with Jeffrey's Restaurant. Jennifer, are you there?
Yes, I am.
We're told you can see the fire from where you're at. Are you guys open for business and watching this thing, or what?
We are open for business. We have currently right now about 10 tables. Half of them have been turned around on Pacific Coast Highway. Can't quite get home just yet, so they decided to come in and have appetizers and drinks and watch the fire from here.
How close are you guys to these flames?
I would have to say we're approximately about 3 to 3.5 miles.
When there was a huge fire going on in Santa Barbara, and I think it was in the fall, and it was fine as long as you weren't very close to the fire, but you begin to get to where you can see the fire in the distance, and the heat begins to make ripples in the air. Mm-hmm. And as you get closer to the fire, it's a wild ride, and it was scary. And I just imagine what Larry is feeling up there with those winds, and the fire helicopters too. That's tough.
Fortunately, they're all trained.
They've done it before.
What they do, and
the only portions of active flame are coming from the structures that are involved here. You can see a truck water cannon coming off. They're trying to keep it from moving over to the next home off to the right of your screen. But there isn't much they can do. You can see the roofs of these homes are completely caved in. Everything's been burned all the way to the ground. So at this point, bringing in those fire ships, making some water drops here, they're doing their best from left to right to contain it, work their way into just not.
Several vehicles lost, and we have 300 personnel on scene, 4 helicopters, dozers, camp crews, and it looks like we're starting to get a handle on this fire.
So you are making progress?
Looks like the fire has not grown in size. We seem to have stopped the fire on the perimeters, and now we're starting to work our way in to knock down the heavy flames that you see.
You're talking about 8 structures have gone up in flames.